Howdy folks, Court Duke here. Bomber Crew is the game and Memphis Belle is the name. This is my training campaign. So if you're new to the game, you're going to want to checking this out because I'm going to take you through step by step, mission by mission on how to play this game. Every aspect of it that I can possibly think of. So, and this is also my tribute to the United States Air Force, especially the 8th Air Force. So let's head to the briefing room. We'll pick out a target. Now, let me show you. Hold on. Before we do that, I have upgraded every gun position is now 50 caliber. Nope, except for the cheats. We don't have 50 caliber in the cheat. All the important gun positions are 50 caliber. The 303s are still on both cheat guns. That's all right. So our choice of targets are this critical mission and this. So we're going to go ahead and do that critical mission now. We're prepared for it. We're ready for it. We're going to do it. And we'll get 500 intel points for that. So that'll dump us well. So we'll be able to basically get the fuselage armored Mark II once we come back. So that we should be able to get, well, at least most of the bomber will be able to upgrade with that. But anyway, let's go ahead and head for this. Is the first critical mission in this campaign. It's not easy, but it's not hard either. So, so we're going to go ahead and do everything. You take off. You make sure you got everybody in their position. Make sure you got the pilot locked into his pilot seat with this right here. And raise your landing gear. Make this a habit, and you won't have any problems with it. I'll show you what I'm talking about as far as the fuel. These are the gas pedals right here. And this also has a gauge. See how high that fuel is being used. And then once you raise the landing gear, fuel usage goes down. So that landing gear not detract will suck up a lot of your fuel. So, but anyway, so here we are. We got quite a ways to go. We got to go to the east coast of northeast coast of Africa right here. This is our target area right here. So we're going to encounter a few fighters before we get there. I'm going to have to drop down. See that crew's starting to get cold because they don't have cold weather gear, and it must be night. And so you definitely don't want them to get cold. If they get too cold, they will pass out. Defensive ability. Basically, we'll see. I'll show you what that does. Basically, we got a German fighter coming up behind us. This is the tail gunner. You hit defense, and the fighter will wave off. See, look at that. That's basically what the defensive ability does. So if he's behind you, let's say your focus has already been used and you don't have it available yet and you want to get rid of him, hit that defense and he'll wave off and come back at you again. But for whatever reason, well, we'll just use our focus and shoot him down. So there we go. Alrighty, that's what the defense does. But it's kind of handy, and it's an actual tactic that was used by B-17 gunners. Basically, it involved them just shooting a whole lot of rounds into an area, and some of the less veteran pilots it would scare off. Some of the more veteran pilots it probably wouldn't have much effect on, but it had some limited success. Boom. Nothing like that kind of success right there, seeing the fighter blow up. Alrighty. The gunners are doing a good job here. Now basically what we got to do is we got to destroy torpedo boats. There'll be 3 of them. So we can only miss 1 time. There they go, the last of the fighters. Now see, remember I was talking about how you want to make sure you don't meet an enemy ace in these critical missions if it is at all possible. You do not want to do that. That's why you saw them about 6 or 7 fighters coming in at you that I tagged, and that's because this is a critical mission. So we're going to be seeing more fighters in this. So that's why, if at all possible, engage those enemy aces on non-critical missions. I can't stress that enough. I've lost too many bombers and not even paying attention to it, really. Just going into the critical mission, oh, it's time to do that. And then there was an enemy ace. And boom. There goes the bomber. So, alrighty. Now the Graf Zeppelin is in this area. So that's our, I think that's our battleship that's engaging the Graf Zeppelin. So right there's the Graf Zeppelin right there. So we just got to, we got enemy fighters? Possibly. He's getting ready to fire a torpedo at our battleship. So I missed him. You got to be kidding me. I didn't miss him. And well, I can only miss one time. That was it. Got him that time. We're still facing a lot of World War I Italian biplanes, and we will throughout the whole campaign, but they're going to be replaced by more Messerschmitt 109s as we go. And then once we get into the second section of the campaign, you're going to start seeing jet fighters. We're going to start off with 262s. Okay, we got one more. There he is. And then finally, the worst jets you can encounter are the comets. And I'll show you how to deal with those. That's why we're going to be flying at high altitude. Because the comets will attack in groups of 3. And they'll be coming straight at you when you're at high altitude. So you'll know they're comets. And then you just... And that's successful. And that, so you just... Now we got to clear the area of enemies. So we got to get Bombardier to a gun station. Okay, where are they at? Behind us? No. Where are they at? There they are. Got one above this. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. Oops. Tag you. Tag you. Alright. I tagged him. You guys bag him. And there is a submarine right there. We don't have any more bombs, but we're definitely going to take his picture. There's a 110. He'll get underneath you. If you don't get him, he will shoot your bomber to pieces. Alright, looking good, looking good. And there's the picture. Hang around for our, well, more fighters, or, oh, there it is. We gotta go get him. Here, area of enemies. Our bombardiers on the right gun position. There's more there. Wow, look at that. Like I said, these critical missions, you always face more fighters. So that's why it's important not to deal with those enemy aces during these critical missions. Got the waist guns, which are 50 caliber. Ooh, we got engine fire. Now an engine fire. I already had him there. Well, that was a mistake. I forgot to put him back in his gun position, but that's all right. Now, if you put the engine fire out early enough, there won't be any damage to the engine. Notice the engine slightly glowing, and it has a yellow shape here. If it has a orange shape, it's a little bit more damage, and a red shape means it's heavily damaged. A black shape, a black engine, means it has fallen off and you no longer have it available to you. So that's the difference in all the different shades of damage. And that goes the same with everything else. The tail section could get that damage like that. And you can see the different lines of the different sections. Right there's the nose, there's the mid front, there's the mid rear, the tail section, and then the two wings. You can't get half the wings shot off. I have seen it several times. So you know what? We're not going to go. Oh, okay. No. I thought we were someplace else. All right, let's get these guys into sick bay. Get them healed up. Okay, now we have the first aid ability. One of the guys you always want to make sure you heal is the pilot, and you use the navigator to do that. Okay, so he didn't have much damage to him, so he was very quickly healed. And of course, and that's why, remember, the second ability was the right waist gunner was his first aid ability. So now we've still got a few. Okay, we're gonna send a navigator to heal the radio operator, and that way he can stay at his station and inform us of any incoming fighters. The temperature should be warmed up enough. We should be able to go at high or mid altitude without fear of getting the crew cold. And get above this flak too. That's always a good thing. One thing, mid altitude you'll be above most flak. So okay, navigator's done. Okay, so we'll get Miller to heal his buddy. Now let me show you. If you send Miller to sick bay, when he's not at his station, I'm going to show you what will happen. Okay, once he's done, he wasn't at his station. You didn't send him to sick bay at his station when he wasn't at his station, so he'll just stand by the hospital bed. So now you got to personally put him back to his station. Now, if you send him from his station, then when he's done healing, he'll automatically go back to his station. And that means whatever station he was in. If it's the bombardier, you send, so right here we got the bombardier, we'll send him to the sick bay station. When he comes back, he'll come to that port cheek gun, because that's the last station he was at. If he was at the bombardier seat, he'll come back to the bombardier seat. If he's at the starboard cheek guns, he'll come back to the starboard cheek guns. So whatever station he was at. And this goes for if you got somebody, like if you got the right waist gunner operating the ball turret guns. If he's in a ball turret gun and you send him to sick bay, he'll go back to the ball turret gun, the last station that he was at. So, and that's an important thing to realize, which is handy. It means you can substitute these guys. Oh, we got another engine fire. And I don't think we have any more. We don't. So we're going to have to go into emergency dive to put out the engine fire. But this is good training here. We stay at medium altitude. The plane will go into a dive till the fire goes out, and then climb back up to mid altitude. And we got to get the top turret gunner back to his gun station, so we can fight off these fighters. There we go. Alrighty, we're looking good. Well, still too cold. Well, this is we'll be looking at getting cold weather gear for these guys in this section here. So this is the last mission of the first section of the campaign. So we're going to start seeing jet fighters in the second section of the campaign, and the missions are going to get harder. So, and we got a few bullet holes too, but again, superficial damage. We're going to need another engine extinguisher, as our engines caught fire twice. And it's not an engine extinguisher per engine, it's total. So we only have one engine extinguisher. We can only put out one engine fire. So, like I said, that second engine fire with what engine was it, number 2 or something, I had to put it out with an emergency dive. If you do not put out engine fires, they will burn until the engine falls off. If the engine falls off, it can't be repaired. So if all 4 engines fall off, you're going down because you have no more thrust to provide against the lift, and you will crash basically. So engine extinguishers are definitely important. I definitely suggest them. That's why I recommend buying one with the very first mission. I always suggest, I've seen people that don't do that, and their engine catches fire, and then they can't put it out because the pilot is not experienced enough to go into an emergency dive. So, navigate by stars, good. All right, our navigator can navigate by stars, which means he can navigate at night, basically. We'll go into the crew training and show you. So we'll be able to see who's upgraded to what position and what they can do at their position. So we go to the navigator. So I heal. Okay, so this is a secondary, so he can heal minor injuries, slowly heal injuries on other conscious. Remember, you got to click that little green thing above the crew member's body. So navigate by stars, navigate available at high altitude during nighttime. So, all right, now let's look at upgrading this bomber here. And we should be able to upgrade the fuselage now, and we're going to want to do that going into the second section of the campaign. Always go with the wings first. I'm telling you right now, they love hitting the engines and the landing gear. So always go for the wings first, then front, because the pilot is very important. You can't fly the plane without the, oh, well, we need more. We're going to have to upgrade the engines. So let's see. So now we're looking at upgrade the engines with the cheapest amount. If you do the lightweight engines, go for the inboard engines. Okay, try and keep the outboard to either armored engines or standard engines. Okay, eventually towards the end of the campaign, they're all going to be lightweight engine model Mark III, which is fine because we're going to need that for the weight that they give us. So we're going to do lightweight engine with the number 2 engine, was the port inner engine, and then we actually saved $500 because if we did the armored engine, we're looking for weight here, and the armored engine will actually subtract 150 weight, which we won't actually be able to do because that goes below our weight limit. See, every bomber has a weight limit. So this is our weight limit. This is our current weight. So we can buy something like we could buy inflatable dinghy. Nope. We could buy a pigeon because it only weighs 10 pounds. Okay, but you know that's a heavy pigeon. I got to tell you. So we're going to go to the port inner engine and buy the lightweight engine Mark I, and we're not going to be able to have money to buy much of anything else. But that's what happens. We should be able to get armored fuselage too, and that's all. So basically, the wings and the pilot compartment are armored fuselage Mark II. So, and that's it. We got $800 left. We don't have enough money to buy anything. That'll be it for the 9th mission of Memphis Belle. And not like I said, now we're into the second section of this campaign. So the campaign has 5 sections. The last section is only 1 mission, and that's Operation Avalanche. I think you can do other missions too, but they're all missions that you've done before. So, but the final section will be the final mission, Operation Avalanche. So, and that was the 9th mission. So I'm Corky Duke. CorkyDuke.com is my website. Like, comment, and share my videos. Don't forget, if you got a question about this, like I said, this is a learning campaign. I want to teach as many people to play this game that I can. Put it in the comments, and I'll answer it. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Y'all take care. Bye.